Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Hi, you guys. Okay. As the Queen has died, okay. I'd already done some video work about the kids starting school and some more stuff about Sophie. So what I'm gonna do is start off like I usually do, the pictures, the happy news. Then I'm gonna move into what all happened today. And we're gonna cover the good, the bad, the ugly of everything that happened today. After the good stuff that I had taped earlier before we even knew the Queen was sick. Okay, so this might end up being a super long video. I apologize ahead of time. Let's just get in there and just, okay, let's go. We're starting off our photos this morning with a couple of pictures of wheat silos that are located in Western Australia, as well as the Wellington Dam, also in Western Australia. This was sent in by one of my subscribers, Jen. Thank you, Jen. And this is the kind of stuff I like to see. You know, I would normally never see this stuff. It looks fabulous. Another follower of mine, Dee Dee, sent me this. This is the island at Althorp. That's Princess Diana's grave. And she also sent me this photo. It's beautiful, beautiful pictures of England. I'm going to get there, though. I swear to God. All right, now we're going to move on to some other photos that were sent to me. Harry's gray suit put up this photo of Meghan Markle. It is unphotoshopped. Yep, absolutely. And this photo from Royal Argin absolutely sums it all up for me. Let's not forget that Harry says that the click of cameras and the flash of bulbs take him back, and he's got PTSD, and he needs to avoid all this at all costs. Right. All right, let's move on to happier news. The Cambridge children started school. There was a special thing for like a half day so that you could meet the teachers, meet the other students. They looked all happy. Here's a little video for you. Watch this.
Welcome, George. Welcome to Lambert. Hello, Louis. Welcome. And welcome, Charlotte. Lovely to have you with us. We're very excited about the years ahead. It's great.
Lovely day again. It's great to have. It seems to be really good
totally so, of course. So you excited, children? Yeah, you're looking forward to it. I bet you are. Lots of lovely friends. Absolutely so. This is a great introduction to the school for you today. So it's a pleasure to have you with us. So come on up. All right. Come on through.
Thank you.
Jenny, very well.
Hello.
I think the kids were super excited. I think the move to the cottage so that the kids could have a normal life was a good move. They looked a little nervous, but you know, that's to be expected. New school, new friends, yeah. And of course, they were excited. And of course, the whole thing was captured by the agreed upon, you know, one photographer, one videographer, and then they share. Actually, fabulous. And for once, Omid Scobie had nothing mean to say. I was waiting for him to put out some sort of snarky comment about their school uniform, or I don't know. I mean, you never know with this guy. 99% of what he writes about the Cambridge children and William and Catherine is nasty. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Do you guys remember this photo from the Platinum Jubilee when Louis, who was only 4, was expected to sit through, all of that stuff that was going on, and he was sugared up on candy? Do you guys remember that? So one of the Sussex squad said the following, and I'm quoting. They wrote, "This is a taught behavior. Louis has seen someone do this to his mother. He has seen someone disrespect his mother and put their hand over her mouth to shut her up and make fun of her. He's imitating what he's seen at home." Right. Like no kid has ever done that before. Okay. So Omid replies, "Hey squaddies," because we already know that Omid Scobie is in touch with the Sussex squad as Harry and Meghan are. "Hey squaddies, there will be a vote later on today to make Louis an honorary member of the Sussex squad. Personally, I think he's a secret supporter of Harry and Meghan, and he has handed us on a plate a stick to beat his mother with the next time she goes on about her early learning project." And then he put the laughing emojis. Let me tell you, he got so much backlash from that he ended up deleting the tweet, but of course not before the whole world saw it and screen grabbed it. What a jerk. All right, moving on. Okay, do you guys remember? I feel like Sophie's not getting enough attention, but so here's a picture of Sophie and Edward meeting the guy who invented Wallace and Gromit. Remember this video I showed you? Sophie was just so cute. Anyway, I couldn't help but notice her outfit and the fact that it only cost the entire thing, top of her head to the bottom of her feet, was only 480 pounds. There you go. Well, then she continued to walk around and she stopped at a booth for Indian food. I think she liked it. Watch this.
Since I was 16. Really? Yeah. So is it good? Is it good? It's just like aperitif. Just like aperitif. Aperitif. Sorry, I thought I think we might have just helped you.
Not long after that, she also went to a booth and got some cheese. That would be where my rear end would stay the whole time. So where they were was Lancashire. And apparently they were in an old prison that has now been turned into some sort of a police museum. I think that would be really cool. I wouldn't mind going and seeing something like that myself. Look how cool that is. Then, of course, she got to meet some of the police cadets, which I think is also very nice. Then she tried her hand at embroidery. And then at one point she had somebody helping her. I mean, that must be pretty hard to do. Anyway, she looks like she did a good job. Anyway, she always looks nice and well polished and people just gravitate to her. You know what I'm saying? I love her. All right, moving on. I'm sure you guys remember when Sunrise host Natalie Barr said that Meghan Markle was a tosser. Okay, remember this?
I think an Australian would say she's just full of it. She's a tosser. She's a total tosser. That's how we would describe her.
I think it's safe to say that Meghan Markle stole her look for the mansion. Listen, Meghan's listening to all of this. She's seeing all of this, which is why she stole the look from this woman. Everything she does sends a signal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's move on. All right, this is just another thing that's come up. Remember I showed you this picture of the Sussex squad, the lady on the right, and then there she is at the Invictus Games, which of course were in another country, and there she is with Harry. Well, now, while they were walking around in Germany, supposedly this girl was in the crowd in Dusseldorf. So I'm beginning to wonder if she's not on Harry and Meghan's payroll and her job is to go around from place to place, because it's pretty obvious she doesn't have a regular job. How is she affording all of this? Okay, let's move on to the next story. We know that Harry and Meghan are staying very close to each other. One is in Frogmore Cottage, one is in Adelaide College, I think it is. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm having a little trouble talking. I'm following the news of the Queen at this time. I'm going to try to keep going. Let's keep going. And they're not talking. And everybody's like, are you kidding? And now they're saying that the reason they haven't spoken to William and Kate is because Harry wants an apology. An apology. I can't imagine for what. So we'll have to wait and see. But, you know, when Harry did his speech at Invictus, he was talking about respect. Now, we know that every time he speaks, there's some message in it. Like when he spoke, you know, to Hoda about the right people around the Queen. And, you know, there's always a subliminal message in there for the family. So he's talking about respect. And then he's going on about William crossed a line and I want an apology from William and Catherine. So, of course, we're all like, what? So, of course, Omid Scobie threw himself in there and said, William has been at the center of a lot of pain for Harry and Meghan, and they're waiting for the Cambridges to apologize for crossing a line. What? So, of course, these stories are coming out. You know, the latest briefing, lines were crossed. You know, William was at the center of it. I think there's something mentally wrong with Harry. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with this man. Now, honestly, it's William that's waiting for the apology. And in case you guys have forgotten, here's why he gets an apology. This was on the news, okay? They were all talking about this story. So listen to this.
Yes, well, he says that Prince Harry is waiting for an apology from Prince William for perceived slights, alienating him, turning his back on him, and otherwise slandering him and his wife and making life difficult for them. I mean, you know, one has to say that the alternate reality of life on planet Sussex is actually quite stunning and remarkable at times. I don't see what Prince William has to apologise for. He's not the one married to, you know, a delusional drama queen who's intent on destroying the royal family in order to promote herself, and no matter who she damages in the process. He's not the one who's threatening to publish a tell-all memoir that's going to allegedly reveal allegations about the royal family and members and the institution itself. He's not the one taking his grandmother's government to court, and he's not the one who is snubbing invitations from his grandmother and from his father. You know, there's an old Bible quotation that says, hypocrite, you remove the plank from your own eye, and then you can remove the small speck from your brother's eye. And I think Prince Harry better go back to Sunday school.
Interesting. Okay, well, look.
Here's just a few more items that were left out of that speech. Harry went on the Oprah Winfrey Show and blanketed his entire family in the claims of racism. He also claimed his father cut him off. It's because of Harry and Meghan not speaking down to the Sussex squad that William's family has been the object of horrible threats. They crapped all over Philip and the Queen while Philip lay dying. Let's not forget that one. Let's not forget that Meghan bullied her niece at the wedding. We all saw what went on there. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Why should William apologize? So what happens now? Well, rumor has it that Charles is actually talking to attorneys because as soon as the Queen is gone, they're going to fight back. The royal family is going to fight back. This just came out that they've looked the Queen over. They're concerned for her health, and they've recommended that she remain under care there at Balmoral. And it's being reported that Charles and William, senior royals, are headed over to the Queen. My guess is Anne will probably go there as well. That can't be good because they wouldn't have announced it, and William and Charles and Camilla and the family wouldn't be running over there if this wasn't serious. Unfortunately for Harry, he is no longer a working senior royal. He's simply the errant grandson that has run his poor grandmother ragged for the last 2 to 3 years. I sincerely hope they do not allow him in at her bedside. I mean, he's ruined the end of her life. Let him not ruin her death. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Let's see if Harry and Meghan postpone their trip home or if they're just going to fly home and act like nothing's happened. Anyway, my best prayers and thoughts for the Queen. God save the Queen. God bless her. All right, moving on. So the whole family is heading over there, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if Harry and Meghan are going to go, because let's remember that they have refused invitation after invitation to go to Balmoral over quote-unquote security concerns, right? So what's changed? And then it came out, yes, Ellie Hall, the Omid Scobie wannabe, came out and announced that, yes, Harry and Meghan were heading over to Balmoral. I hope they don't let her anywhere near the Queen. And the first thought that popped into my head was, gee, I wonder if they're bringing the Netflix crew with them. I'm not kidding. Like, how bad is that? I pray somebody frisks them for, wires and recording devices and cameras because, yeah, how much would that be for Netflix? We later found out that, of course, Meghan did not go with Harry to Balmoral, and it's saying she might have stayed away over fears she would not be warmly welcomed. Personally, I think senior royals told Harry, you can come, but your wife can't. Sorry. In the middle of all of this, Newsweek puts this up. Prince Harry's lovely moments with Queen Elizabeth seen in a viral video. Okay, this popped up online almost immediately after it was announced that she was sick. So that tells me that this video was done ahead of time and they were holding on to it, waiting to release it. How despicable. So it wasn't too long after that her death was officially announced by Buckingham Palace. The world is in shock. And Operation Unicorn is now underway. Used to be London Bridge. And now the reign of a new king starts. It was announced that Charles will be known as King Charles III. I think that's wonderful. Now, he's already considered to be king, apparently, and the first thing he did was put out a statement. It says a statement from His Majesty the King at the time of the Queen's death. Now, it's very small, so let me read it to you. It says, the death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. During this period of mourning and change, my family and I will be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held. I agree. Well, now with all of this happening, Catherine is now Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge and Cornwall, and she's going to be the Princess of Wales, which is the title I believe that Diana held. Also, she and William will be in charge of the duchy, which is the money that usually funds William and Harry and their wives and their clothing. Now William is in charge of that money. Now, it wasn't long afterwards that they went onto Twitter and changed their handle to reflect their new titles. Now, the things started coming in from people, the tributes. Piers Morgan, Nancy Pelosi lowered the Capitol flags to be flown at half-mast in her honor. Even Donald Trump paid tribute to the Queen. There you go. But then you've got people jumping in like Whoopi Goldberg, who wrote this wonderful thing about the Queen, which shocked me because it wasn't that long ago that she was saying horrible things about the Queen on her show. So Harry catches a flight, but by the time he gets there, the Queen has already passed away. So he didn't get to see her one last time. Now, the weird thing about this is the Queen had invited him multiple times. Please come, please come, please come. No, he didn't go. That looks like the face of regret. That's what I see. But Chris Shipp, of course, who we know as a Sussex squad, is attached with them, talks about how close Harry is to his grandmother, and they spoke often, and how sad. Yeah, I don't think so. So now, of course, the stories are out that Harry and Meghan's kids are finally known as Prince and Princess. The question is, will they get to keep those titles? Because if I were Charles, I know what I would do. I would remove the Duke and Duchess titles. I would remove the Prince and Princess titles from the kids because they're trying to run an alternative royal court. And they've done a lot of crappy stuff, and there's more to come. So I would do that. I would remove them from the royal website where they're still listed as supporting the Queen and her work. And I would let everybody know that you're giving them the free life that they wanted, free from the royal family all the way around. There you go. And then something happened that really makes you think that the Queen was watching. Really. A double rainbow appeared over Buckingham Palace. People were taking pictures they just couldn't believe because not only did it appear, you see it there in that picture above, over Buckingham Palace, it also appeared over Balmoral, where she was. Yeah, tell me that's not a sign from God. So one of my subscribers then sent me this, which I found to be very interesting because what they're basically saying is now that Charles is king, William becomes Prince of Wales and Kate the Princess of Wales. Edward is going to be the next Duke of Edinburgh. William inherits the Duchy of Cornwall, and that's the money, as I told you before, that was used to pay Harry in the past. So big changes ahead, and everything that Meghan's done in the last 3 weeks are going to come back to bite them. Because let's not forget that it was recent that she said that she could say whatever she wanted. Now, this young lady, I don't even know how to say that name, wrote some horrible tweets today. We all saw them. We all reported them. I'm not going to read these. You can freeze the screen and read them for yourself if you want to. But people reported her to the university that she works for. And the university heard it. And they put out a statement. Now, this young lady still has her blue tick. She's still on Twitter. I'm waiting to see if she gets fired, because she should be fired. Even Jeff Bezos, I believe is how you say it, who owns Amazon, was taking to task the things that this woman put online. I mean, it's just disgusting, really. I mean, how low can you go? And just FYI, you should know that Harry and Meghan did pay tribute to Queen Elizabeth by putting on their Archewell website in loving memory. Right. So when I heard that she passed, I put up this tweet that you see above. I have a vision of her young, healthy, walking forward into some light. And just outside of it is her mom, dad, sister, and her Philip all waiting for her. They embrace, and then they walk into the light together towards their destiny. And she's where she belongs. God save the Queen. We're going to finish with a poem by Ian Smith. Philip came to me today and said it was my time to go. I looked at him and smiled as I whispered that I know. Then I turned and looked behind me, and seen I was asleep. All my family were around me, and I could hear them weep. I gently touched each shoulder with Philip by my side, and then I turned away and walked with my angel guide. Philip held my hand as he led the way to a world where kings and queens are monarchs every day. I was given a crown to wear, or a halo known by some. The difference is up here, they are worn by everyone. I felt a sense of peace. My reign had seen its end. 70 years I had served my country as the people's friend. Thank you for the years and for all your time and love. Now I am one of two again in our palace up above. So I'm going to try to keep up with what all is going on as far as plans. It's my understanding that because the Queen died in Scotland, she's going to be there for the next 3 days before they move her back to the UK. So I'll try to keep up with everybody. I'll try to keep up with all the plans. I'll try to keep everybody abreast of what I know. When I know it, you'll know it. Okay? This has been an emotional, draining day for everybody. I can't even imagine what Charles is going through this evening. On the one hand, it's hard to lose your mom. On the other hand, he was blessed to have her into his 70s. I mean, you just can't do better than that. All right. Don't forget to leave your comments. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you've already hit that button, double check, because people are still being unsubscribed. I don't know why. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Getter, Rumble. You can email me. For those who've donated to my coffee fund and who've hit the thanks button, thank you very much. God save the King, and have a great day.